I'm not looking forward to this.
Have you heard, Acer, but I can play turning to 80. You need it to the foot. Then it summon me. I bequeath. Use it. It will sub-torrent. Treat him with. Shall I let my hand share them with me?
I'll probably stop leveling around 60 so I can get more Lindell invasions, because this character is just gonna be an invasion character. I'm not trying to do anything special with it other than get to the DLC as early as possible. And I practiced a lot of mode the other day on my level 25 character because I wanted to get them to the DLC, but for some reason the person that gives you the tier for negating the damage of Nihili was not spawning. So I had to fight him without that. I beat him at level 35, but I ended up leveling up my weapons to plus 14, well no, plus 13. And I gave up because I'd rather stop at level 60 with like, I think plus, would like to say it was plus 12 weapons for 60, for level 60. And like plus 3 Sombra Stepping Stone weapons. I think I gotta go this way. I'm gonna try to upload this character more often, because I was gonna make a playthrough out of my main character going through the DLC, but nah, I ain't doing that. I already beat the DLC of my main character. I don't know where everything's at. I somehow did all the storylines, as far as I know. If there's any more, then I didn't know about those. But I'm mostly going to be focusing on Arcane, make a bleed build, because never made one before. Kind of dabbled in it whenever the Rivers of Blood first got its buff, and then got really bored. But this character is probably going to stay relatively lower level. Hopefully to the point where I can invade people in Lindell. But I think with the DLC being out, all the levels are about to change, like PvP wise, because everybody's going to be trying to go to the DLC as fast as possible. I don't want to invade somebody that just started the game out pretty much and doesn't know what to do, because I don't see that as fun. I enjoy the challenge, but because I've helped out one of my friends that just got into the game, and that was a struggle and a half of a fight. Well, it was a struggle and a half for him, because he kept getting one-shotted by everybody that would invade him, because they all had DLC weapons dropped to their low-level characters, wearing the default armor set. Don't have any type of talismans. I think the only one they were wearing were the sword seal. Well, Radagon Sword Seal, the one you get from Fort Faroth, I believe. And he would get one-shotted because they would bring out the Madness Hand, or... Well, not one-shotted, but they would stun lock him to death with the Madness Hand, or the Beast Claws, stuff like that, low stat requirement weapons from the DLC, and it was just not fun trying to help him through. So I'm trying to make a character that's relatively low level so I can help out players that had just started out of the game and then also invade. I didn't mean to drink that. But yeah, this character is going to be an invasion character and also helpful as well. I'm going to put him as summon sign for multiple boss fights, stuff like that, try to help him out through the game, but I'm not going to be that one jerk that runs around with overpowered weapons from the DLC. I already tested the waters how it's going to be for low levels when it comes to PvP because I invaded somebody earlier that just started out the game, level 60 invasion, well actually level 75 with plus 13 weapon, and immediately got stun locked to death by a max level phantom using the, I forgot what the fist weapons are called, the one you get from Dry Leaf Hearts, there you go. Spamming Dry Leaf Hearts with one of the better, well, one of the new armor sets from the DLC that has insane poise. I think it has like 112 poise without the Bullgood's Talisman. With it, it's like 133. It was a struggle because I would do decent damage to him, but he would just tank through all my hits and kill me because he had poison on him. On the Dry Leaf Hearts. Where am I going? I'm trying to look for the tree. Oh, I passed it, but I get the charge attack talisman anyways. Alright, shut up, Blade. Blade, whatever your name is. Just gonna... That's fine. I've been playing this for the past few days, but trying to get through the DLC, trying to learn where a lot of the good weapons are. Nobody cares about patch notes. Probably nerfing the spark thing. The Bishimer flask. Probably nerfing the Ash War on that and a few other things. In my opinion, they need to be nerfed. I'm sick and tired of the only phantoms that I find and trying to help people out are the ones that would just one-shot the boss. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong, it's funny for the first, like, 2 boss fights that it's used in, but then after that it kind of gets tedious. Not tedious, I mean boring, because you don't really do much. You go in the boss fight with all these buffs and then watch as the boss gets melted. I don't know how they would work in PvP though. I haven't got invaded by somebody using them yet, or whenever I have, it was at the beginning of the DLC to the point where, I don't know, it just felt like they had no HP because I would 2-shot, 3-shot them. I was well, my faith build, so Blasphemous Blade hits pretty hard. I don't need anything from you. Well, I will come back for the cookbooks later. I'm trying to get as much beast bones as I can, tiny ones for right now, until I get the bell bearing. Because I would like to make poison and scarlet rot arrows for certain bosses and enemies. Because some bosses I'm just not going to be able to kill with these low stats. Well, the stats that I'm going to have. I'm just gonna do that because I'm not trying to fight the enemy up there. I'm trying to get Bloody Slash, so I at least have a weapon that automatically has bleed on it. Well, more bleed than what it should have at this stage of the game. And I'm gonna get the other Ichikatana and just keep Unsheath on it. Oh well. Surprisingly, he didn't one-shot me. I guess it's because I'm not playing as a reg. Using a fucking club. I was gonna do a reg because they best stat allocations at this point, but I'd rather start off with a decent weapon. And have two Uchikatanas. Because I will be dual wielding until I get some of the twin blades from the DLC. I think I can wear the pants without being in medium load. Gauntlets. Nope. Nope. I'll just run. I've never cared about what equipment load I was at as long as it wasn't at heavy, but against the Moog boss fight, that's whenever I realized that light load is probably the best one for that boss fight. And most of them from the DLC, because a lot of their attacks you need to be faster to get out of it with rolling. And you roll further, and I think your iframes are increased a little bit, but and I tried to platinum Dark Souls 2, but I just have zero fun in that game. Like, if you have a certain build or a certain setup, the game's just too easy, and I don't like a game being too easy, and I don't really want to run. Well, every build in that game can be broken, but I'm going a faith build, so it's just I'm not gonna be using any like any casting like lightning spear stuff like that. It's mostly gonna be just like favor and protect, well, whatever that one's called that buffs you. I think it has a different name in Dark Souls 2 than it does in in Elden Ring. but I don't want to use that because it's just like I don't want to play Dark Souls 2 and just platinum it and then just because I'm never gonna touch it again. I just dislike that game with a passion. Like, yeah, it's not bad, but it could have been so much better. Like, it is the worst Souls game in my opinion. I had a lot of fun platinuming Dark Souls 3 because I used a lot of things that I've never used before. Never really used cell swords. Never used really faith in that game either, so it was a nice change of pace. Also did use a bleed, well, used bleed build for other things. This episode's just gonna be nothing but me gathering stuff. I don't think I might fight Margit and Godric. And then the rest is just gonna be preparation, trying to get ready for Moog. I get my weapon to +10. Probably get the Star Fist for Poise Break, but I'm not a big fan of those weapons. I feel like the hitbox on Moog is way too small for certain, like for the jump attacks and stuff like that with the fist. Oh my. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I know bleed is supposed to make parts of the game like stupid easy, and I know that's not gonna be a lot of fun, but like I said, this is something that I wanted to try. I've never really given a bleed build a thought. I've only run faith in this game, that and strength. I did half the DLC as a strength build until I got a Shadow Keep, and then I jumped off that and went straight back to a faith build because I just have more fun with the faith build in this game. Especially with most of the weapons in the DLC scaling with faith. Let's see if I can get out of this. Because usually I just let them kill me, then I say screw it. No. Oh well. If I need to, I'll come kill the dragon. I'm not really planning on leveling up just yet.
To determine if you have. It seems torrent, whereas there is, but I can take gathering place.
I'm not going around table just yet. There's still things I want to do. Like, come get Millicent's questline started, because I'm probably gonna do her questline, get the Rotten Sword insignia, and use that. I would get her prosthesis, but I'm not planning to go to New Game Plus. If anything, if I'm that desperate enough for more damage, then I'll get it dropped to this character, because I just cannot be bothered to do her questline over and over and over again. But I'll probably start it later, because I'm not gonna get the like, that's gonna be a last resort with Moog if I can't kill him with this build. Because I know he can be bled, like, I don't know if he was glitched or not a while back, where you couldn't bleed frostbite or anything on him. Did I have another? No. I didn't know if he was glitched or not, because used to I would frostbite him, hit him with Scarlet Rot, and that was wraps. But then, like a few months after I beat the game, I came back to fight Moog in the sewers to get the, on a new character, trying to get the Ertree's Favor +1, and just didn't do any damage to him. And I was just like, okay, I guess they fixed him. Well, they broke him. And I guess that seemed to be the case. Oh, I forgot about these guys being here. Is there any way to drop down without dying? Guess if I ride the route over there. Oh, never mind. Guess I'm going back. Out of my way. I know I need to get the Crag Blade. Flaming Strike would be nice for PvP purposes. Anything else in Caelid that I need besides some of the cookbooks and the guy that sells poison arrows? I'll go ahead and get this Grace up here. Get the Cathedral of the Dragon. Then leave. I might farm that Banished Knight for a sword later. Because I know the Banished Knight, so a great sword, is pretty decent. Only aristocrats, okay. Shouldn't be too many issues. And if they're fixing that new blood weapon that everybody likes to use, that strength one, the arm, I won't be using that anyways, because I don't like that cheese type of shit. If it's broken, I don't care for it. I'll use it like once or twice, get bored of it, because it makes stuff too easy. That's the reason why I didn't use the perfumer bottles. The way they can fix that is by upping the damage just a tad bit, not too much, not making it overly broken, and then nerf the Ash of War. Because people are still going to find a way around that anyways, even if they fix it, where it's still going to do a stupid amount of damage. That's how it was for the longest time for a lot of things. I might get Poison Blade too. I don't think it scales. Well, I think it does scale with Arcane. Alright, dude. Another reason why I didn't want to record for my main character about the DLC is because I got royally pissed off with with some of the bosses and stuff. Like the what's her name? Ooh. sounds too much like Renala, so I'm just gonna call it Renala 2.0 pretty much. Uh, I just got really pissed off with her boss fight, the Impaler's boss fight. Even though I fought him way too early on, and I somehow didn't mess up anybody's quest line. Guess I can't do that. I'm surprised I didn't get one-shotted. But yeah, I kept getting pissed off with certain boss fights, and other than that, if I was exploring the area, I was too focused on that to even say anything, because I wasn't in a party at all times with one of my friends that already beat the DLC. And I was talking to him, and even though I usually try not to do any commentary because my mic sucks for that type of stuff, it's mostly for gaming. Well, it's really good for sound, but communicating, not so great. Might as well go ahead and kill her, because I do need to get down here for the cookbooks anyways. What is... I don't know what's aggro to me. Is the game just glitched? I know the NPC invader's coming, but... I forgot that has hyper armor. Well, that works. I'm probably gonna kill Alexander early because I don't really. I know his shard gives like 15 damage bonus to Ashes of War, but I'm not gonna try to spam those as much because I know a lot of people do that, and I don't want to be one of them. I'll keep going into health for now. Try to get as much health as I can because I know by the time I hit 40 vigor, which, like I said, probably not going to. Actually, I might stop at 40, probably not have as much dexterity. Don't need to go down there. I'll need to go to the Wakefield Peninsula for some things. You know what? Screw it, I'll go fight Moog, even though I don't have a +1 weapon. It shouldn't be too difficult with a Uchikatana. Especially with Unsheath, I think that has like insane poise break, so. But the main weapon I'm going for is that spear in the DLC, the Scarlet Rot one, because I like the moveset to it. It's different than the one you get from one of the bosses. It's probably gonna be a 30-minute long video, but oh well. So I didn't know if I was crazy or not whenever it came to the base game bosses damage being increased, but then I thought about it, it's like, wait a minute, a lot of the DLC weapons are just beyond broken. So I mean, I can understand why the health of the bosses would go up, same with the damage. Because I never struggled with Moog, even on my level 25 character that only had +3 weapons. After I kill Moog, I'm gonna go get that dagger. I don't know if he's weak to magic, but oh well. That's a good way to start it off. Okay. Yep. I'm so used to face tanking everything, and I just played really bad about that part. I'm not really used to fighting Margaret all too much. I usually skip him, come back with +3 weapons with like Frostbite or something on it. Usually I'm in Altus by now, but I don't think I'm gonna try to rush too much into it. There's the bleed I was looking for. I'll get him here, yep. Nope, can't really.
Smouldering with thy meager flame, cower in fear of the night. The hands of the fell omen shall brook thee no quarter.
Get up to 20, get 15, level 19. DLC is probably not going to be much combat other than bosses anyways, so.
Come over here, would you?
Do I want to keep you alive? Screw
It's
it.
time
I'll
to go.
just go ahead and get the front gate open because there's nothing
Well, but of course,
that I want.
the car, you'll slip. Of course, when you approach its own.
There's not really anything I want in here. Well, on that side anyways.
Open the gate!
Don't think there's anything in this castle I want other than the shard. Alright, well I think I'm gonna call it there, and then off camera I'll go grab the rest of the golden seeds and the tiers and Limgrave and the Weeping Peninsula, so I don't have to make a video of me just running around and grabbing everything. Oh, yep, I'm just gonna call it there.